Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. I am here at noon on Friday. I will be here at noon all Fridays from here on out because, as I mentioned, I have my training that I cannot sneak out of. And I especially couldn't sneak out of it today because I was the guinea pig for today's training session. It went very well. I just closed the book on where I wanted to read. Great. So today is Friday. Today is day 5 of persistence. We are studying persistence, and I mentioned that I was going to read. These are the steps in the chapter on persistence. They can grow rich. So it says persistence is a state of mind, therefore it can be cultivated. Like all states of mind, persistence is based upon definite causes, among them these. Hi, Christine. So it says A, definiteness of purpose. Knowing what one wants is the first and perhaps the most important step toward the development of persistence. A strong motive forces one to surmount many difficulties. B, desire. It is comparatively easy to acquire and to maintain persistence in pursuing the object of intense desire. We talked about that. Your fire, your desire, the fire in your belly has to be strong. C, self-reliance. Belief in one's ability to carry out a plan encourages one to follow the plan through with persistence. Self-reliance can be developed through the principle described in the chapter on autosuggestion. We spent a whole week on autosuggestion. So it's a suggestion from yourself to yourself to get that mind going. D, definiteness of plans. Organized plans, even though they may be weak and entirely impractical, encourage persistence. Make a plan. E, accurate knowledge. Knowing that one's plans are sound based upon experience or observation encourages persistence. Guessing instead of knowing destroys persistence. So we talked about specialized knowledge, going to people who have the results you want, getting a book, following the experts, watching YouTube videos, signing up for a course. Get accurate knowledge. Don't just poke around in the dark and think you're going to end up somewhere. F, cooperation. Sympathy, understanding, and harmonious cooperation with others tend to develop persistence. Cooperation and collaboration. We talked about amateurs compete, professionals create and collaborate. So be that professional. Be in a creative state of mind, be in a collaborative state of mind. An abundance mindset, collaborate with other people. Don't get into the scarcity mindset of this is mine, I don't want to collaborate with these people because they're going to win and I'm going to lose. No, let's not do that. G, willpower. The habit of concentrating one's thoughts upon the building of plans for the attainment of a definite purpose leads to persistence. Willpower. The power of the will, focusing on one thing, picking the thing you want and focusing on it. No matter if you get defeated or not. Remember, we talked about defeat is temporary. If you want it, it's yours. If you have to do it 10,000 times, it doesn't matter. Keep going till you do it. H, habit. Persistence is the direct result of habit. Ooh, habit. There's a quote, I don't know if I shared it here. It says, habit is God's way of making good automatic. I love that. Because if you think about it, 98% of the day, we're habitual. We're on autopilot. They're just habits. We don't even have to think about it. It's a habit to brush my teeth. It's a habit to take a shower. It's a habit to grab my keys and lock my front door before I leave. It's a habit to lock my car when I leave it. They're habits. I don't have to think about it because they're just habitual. We do it all the time. We don't have to think about it. So if we implement good habits, they just become automatic. And if we have good habits are God's way of making good automatic. If you had good habits and you focus on one habit a week, just changing one habit and just adding to it. So you're just filled with a bunch of good habits. All the rest will fall away. So it was habit. Persistence is the direct result of habit. The mind absorbs and becomes a part of the daily experience upon which it feeds. The mind absorbs and becomes a part of the daily experiences upon which it feeds. The mind absorbs the experiences and the environment. So what experience and environment are you putting your mind in? What are you exposing your mind to? Fear, the worst of all enemies, can be effectively cured by forced repetition of acts of courage. Forced repetitions of acts of courage. So if you're afraid to, make that video, do that post, call that person, reach out, ask questions, whatever makes you feel uncomfortable, but if you do it, it'll get you closer to the direction. It'll get you closer to your goal, your dream. Make a habit of doing something, one thing a day that'll move you further in that direction, even if if it makes you uncomfortable. Everyone who has seen active service in war knows this about forced repetitions of acts of courage. People who are in the military who are forced to, we think of firemen, police officers, all of our military, all of our servicemen, no matter what country you're from, they do the things we don't want to do and make it a habit to put themselves on the front line and to protect. So in our own lives, in our own, metaphorical battle that we're all facing, we have to step up to the front line and just charge, just go right in. Got to do it. There's also, there's a list, which I'm not going to read, but it's symptoms of lack of persistence. But the last one I love, it says, so there's 16 symptoms, like when you have lack of persistence. It says, fear of criticism, failure to create plans and to put them into action because of what other people will think, do, or say. This enemy belongs at the head of the list because it generally exists in one's subconscious mind where its presence is not recognized. It's in our subconscious mind, that feeling mind, that early programming mind of those inner critics, those voices that are behind the fear and the anxiety of, I don't know if I should do this, or the doubt in ourselves or in other people. So that's deep. And so this is the grand finale. If you learn nothing from this talk, from ever watching The Citadel, pay attention to this. How to develop persistence. There are 4 simple steps which lead to the habit of persistence. They call for no great amount of intelligence, no particular amount of education, and but little time or effort. The necessary steps are, get your pen out. 1, a definite purpose backed by burning desire for its fulfillment. A definite purpose backed by burning desire for its fulfillment. What are you doing? Why? And what logs can you throw on the fire? 2, a definite plan expressed in continuous action. Have a plan, visit it every day, reassess it, make sure it's moving you towards your dreams and goals, whatever you're pursuing. If it's not working, change the plan. But you must have a plan. 3, a mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences, including negative suggestions of relatives, friends, and acquaintances. You got to close your mind, your ears, put earplugs in. You cannot afford any doubt. If there's somebody who always kind of like makes you feel like when you walk away from a situation or you want to go for them for advice or just for a listening ear or to cheer you on and they just don't deliver, take a break for a while. Only surround yourself with people who are in alignment and who believe in you and who encourage you. You cannot afford to have doubt because our minds are filled with enough. We don't need outside voices. And the last one, number 4, a friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage one to follow through with both plan and purpose. We talked about masterminds. We talked about accountability partners. Get somebody who will agree with you. Thanks, Christine. So it says these 4 steps are essential for success in all walks of life. The entire purpose of the 13 principles of this philosophy, of this whole book, is to enable one to take these 4 steps as a matter of habit. Habit. So this week we learned about persistence, what it takes to be persistent, tips on how to be persistent, the things that might hold us back from persistence, and really that persistence is the only thing that will get us to where we need. It's like the fuel. Persistence is the gas, like we said, logs on the fire. And if you don't have a strong desire, it's going to be hard to be persistent because what is motivating you? And you have to reach for motivation. Motivation just doesn't come out of the ether. It doesn't come out of nowhere. Watch a movie that inspires you. Listen to music that inspires you. Watch YouTube videos. Start a mastermind. You have to be persistent, relentless. Don't give up. If there's something you really, really want, that means that you have that desire in you. It's yours. It is already here. Anything standing in your way is your own mind. It's a mind game. So it starts with your thoughts. Through auto-suggestion, repeat to yourself over and over through affirmations. And that you can and you will. If you have that desire, it's yours. We all don't have the same desires. It's not a coincidence that you have the desires you have. So you owe it to all of us. You owe it to the world. You owe it to yourself to be persistent until you win. Don't give up till the miracle happens. All right, everyone. I'll see you on Monday at 11 a.m. What are we on next week? After persistence, the power of the mastermind, the driving force, the 9th step towards riches. So we were going to be on step 9 of 13 next week. The power of the mastermind. Ooh. All right. Love y'all. Thanks, Christine, for watching, and everybody else. I'm putting these on YouTube now. I'll put the link to the YouTube channel in the link here too, so you can watch or share with anybody. Like I said, invite everyone over to the Citadel. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. I'll see you on Monday.